What if your body has been warning you about diabetes every single day, but you didn't recognize that? You're having signs such as constant thirst, frequent urination, unexplained weight loss, and extreme tiredness. These symptoms may seem harmless, but they are the first sign that something is seriously wrong in your body. Hello, everyone, and welcome to MedInsight Academy, where we empower you with knowledge that can save lives. In this three-part series, we will explore what diabetes is, how it affects the body, how it can be diagnosed, the complications it can cause, and of course, how it can be prevented. So, to understand diabetes, we first need to understand glucose. When we eat food, especially food containing carbohydrates, the body's digestive system breaks that carbohydrate into glucose. Then glucose enters into the bloodstream and become one of the body's most important sources of energy. So let's look at glucose as a fuel. You know the car requires a fuel to move. Also, the same thing applies to the body cells. The body cells require glucose to produce energy. Just like fuel needs a help because it cannot enter inside the car on its own. Someone has to pour the fuel inside the car. The same thing also happens to glucose. The glucose cannot enter most of these body cells on its own. So it also requires a help. And that is where insulin comes in. This insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas. You can think of insulin as a key. The key helps glucose move from the bloodstream into the cells, where it can be used to produce energy. When this system is working properly, glucose moves from bloodstream into the cells, and the blood sugar remains within a healthy range. But when insulin is absent, insufficient, or not working effectively, glucose begins to build up in the bloodstream. This is the basic problem behind diabetes. In type 1 diabetes, the body produces little or no insulin at all because the insulin producing cells of the pancreas are destroyed. However, in type 2 diabetes, the body may not use insulin effectively. This is called insulin resistance. Over time, the pancreas may also struggle to produce enough insulin. Although type 1 and type 2 are different conditions, but both can result in excessive glucose remaining in the bloodstream. And over time, persistently high blood glucose can result in the damage of the blood vessels, the nerves, and other vital organs. There are several types of diabetes. We have the type 1 diabetes, the type 2 diabetes, and the gestational diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is usually caused by an autoimmune process that destroys the insulin producing cells of the pancreas. People with type 1 diabetes require insulin for survival. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of diabetes. It occurs over time when the body develops resistance to insulin. Over time, the insulin production may also become insufficient. Gestational diabetes is the one that occurs during pregnancy, and it can increase the health risk of both the mother and the child. It is important to understand that diabetes is not one single disease with one single cause. The type of diabetes, the age at diagnosis, the underlying cause, and the person's overall health influence how it can be managed. Some common warning signs include excessive thirst and frequent urination. Other symptoms may include increased hunger, unexplained weight loss, extreme tiredness, blurred vision, slow healing of wounds, and recurrent infections. However, some people, especially those with type 2 diabetes, may have few or no symptoms for a long time. This is why waiting for symptoms is not a reliable way to know whether you have diabetes. If you have any underlying risk factors or any concerning symptoms, appropriate medical testing is important. Several factors can increase the risk of developing diabetes. These include family history, increasing age, overweight or obesity,
physical inactivity, unhealthy dietary patterns, high blood pressure, and a previous history of gestational diabetes.
But having risk factors does not mean that diabetes is inevitable. In part 2, we will explore how diabetes is diagnosed, the dangerous emergencies it can cause, and how high blood sugar can damage your eyes, the brain, the heart, the kidneys, the nerves, and of course, the feet.
To enjoy more videos, please don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video to your friends and family. There is someone out there who needs this video. See you in the next episode.